Welcome everyone back to the Zarchard and Aeneas show. I'm Zarchard.
And I'm Aeneas.
And we're back with some video game opinions, if you will. The latest Smash ballot was something interesting that we all thought would be cool to vote for a character we wanted in Smash Bros.
And we're all sad about it.
And the release of the newest characters that just supposedly won.
Hint.
Big air quotes on that if you can't tell. Supposedly won. We were very enraged at. We have our list of 5 each that we would rather see in Smash Bros. Than Bayonetta, Cloud included, and Corrin. And a few others that are in the game.
Because I don't like Bayonetta.
Bayonetta was a terrible choice and she didn't win the ballot. On to my number 5. Either one or all 4 of them as a same costume. The 4 Knights from Castle Crashers. By far, one of the best indie games I've ever played in my life. Indie game of the decade.
Isn't it the only indie game you've ever played in your life?
I think I've played Shovel Knight for 2 minutes.
All right.
You weren't looking?
A nice 2 minutes of it.
But it was really good, and it's really good multiplayer. I played with Aeneas and our other brother. We played it and beat it. We're on insane mode at the moment, but we are quite stuck. But I think they could be a good work. They could work in Smash pretty well because they all have weapons, of course, and they have a lot to choose from. And they have magical powers, and they could all have the same power, but just look different with the colors. Could be fire, the green, the ice, or the electricity.
Yeah, I just now thought, what would the powers be? Like, because you would have, if you pick the green, the palette swaps are already obvious what you're getting, but I wonder what they would have to do.
It'd be a tough one, but I think they could do it if they stop being lazy. Okay.
Well, the guy who makes Smash Bros. Isn't really lazy.
Well, I'm not saying it's one guy, but he's
it's
disappointing
basically
me.
one guy.
All right, on to your number 5.
My number 5 is something everybody wants, and it's Banjo-Kazooie.
A Duck Hunt type character, this one?
They already did the main idea with Duck Hunt, and they used to do it with Ice Climbers, but a little more like Duck Hunt, but a lot less range and more up close. Kind of like Mario.
And the weird coughing egg shooting that.
Yeah, I want to hear
but
for that. And I think we've all been waiting on this for a long time, and he makes mine so high up the list at number 5 because he's the least plausible of my list of possibilities. But
in fact, I didn't factor that in.
Yeah, but that's why I thought Castle Crashers was your number 5.
I was told everything can make it. So.
Oh yeah, anything. When you're given Bayonetta as the so-called winner, he's not anything. It's
apparently
the
not.
plausible ideas. But the guy who runs Xbox, some part of Xbox, said that he would be fine with it, but it doesn't mean that they would be able to do it. But that's my number 5. That's what I want.
Now my number 4, speak of the devil, is Banjo-Kazooie. As a character together, it's basically what you said, reiterating that, but they'd be up close, him with the bear claws, it really doesn't do much in the game anyway, and Kazooie playing all the labor work.
Doing all the work, and every move needs to be Kazooie, and I don't want any of the moves to be done by Banjo, besides the running A to be his roll.
Yeah, and some of his weird wussy claw shots.
Yeah, and his jabs, but that's it. Every special needs to be Kazooie.
Okay. What's number 4, Aeneas?
My number 4 is Shantae from the Shantae series, because originally when I was starting to think about doing a list like this a while ago, I had never played a Shantae game, and this Christmas I just bought Shantae the Pirate's Curse was on sale for like $10, and I've been wanting to play it for a long time, and I gotta say, it was one of the most enjoyable games I've played, especially of 2D platformers, in a long time. And like a lot of people say, we need more female characters in Smash Bros, and I think she would fit. She has a lot of history with the Nintendo platforms anyway.
She was wanted more than Bayonetta.
She was, but even the developers themselves put up palette swaps. They offered up, said they would do all the work, and not just a female character, but out of all the games I've played, I have never played a game, not because I'm against female protagonists, but I've never played a game where I have cared about the female main character until I played this. And this one's not like the average tomboy of a female character that's just really strong, like Samus or Lara Croft. This one is a very, very obvious feminine female main character.
Well, new Samus is kind of feminine.
Oh God, let's not start with the other M.
Is it my number 3 now?
Yeah, your number 3.
My number 3. What was it? Is it Ivysaur? I believe it was.
Yes, it was.
Ivysaur I want him back. I don't care about Squirtle. He'd be a nice addition, but Squirtle needs to be added. But they took him away, and now that we've had a taste of him, and he was so much better than Charizard and Squirtle.
Yeah,
I want him
not
back.
Not that having Charizard's bad.
I love Charizard.
When I picked Pokemon Trainer, I picked it for Ivysaur because his moveset was the most fun. And he's the best between Bulbasaur,
it's not like
Ivysaur,
he wasn't plausible
Venusaur.
either. I mean, his votes probably weren't high, but he would be like the easiest to put in Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, a clone. You know, they didn't even get the Wolf that they thought they would get, but they probably will get him anyways. Even though they said he's not coming, he probably will. But
Nintendo is full of lies.
Ivysaur, he wasn't as high as Sceptile on the votes for the most Pokemon characters. I think Sceptile did, for the most part, from what I saw, he did.
If Sceptile was in the other game instead of him, then I'd be voting for Sceptile.
But I really enjoyed Ivysaur's moveset, so I agree that he's something I would have liked in.
What's number 3, Aeneas?
My number 3 was a very hard choice to make between. If I could only pick one Zelda character, I had to choose between my two favorites, being Skull Kid and Tetra, and it all came down to which one's my favorite, and it's Tetra. So, mostly because Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game. If you haven't already seen our older video of favorite
check them out if you haven't.
And Tetra is my favorite character in that game, obviously, and I love Wind Waker. I wish we would get another representative, and a lot of people want Toon Ganon or Toon Zelda, and Toon Zelda, per se, would be Tetra, not her turning into Zelda. I think she would be kind of like how Toon Link is to Link. It would be that way with Sheik, but it's just a character that I want.
But a pirate.
Arg.
Arg. All right, are you on my number 2 now?
Yes, your number 2.
My number 2 was who I personally thought should have been added a long time ago, along with Sonic. His name is Shadow the Hedgehog. Haven't heard of him. He's pretty good, pretty cool looking. He's the answer to a lot of modern kids. Is like, Sonic's old.
This one's edgy.
Let's make him dark and with red stripes and
guns.
Yeah,
I would have
he's a boss killing machine, a weapon of mass destruction. Who uses guns? I don't get why he used guns. If he was so much of a weapon of mass destruction, why would he need to use guns? But nonetheless, I thought I might be the only one in the world who thought that was cool. But
or at least give Sonic a palette swap for Shadow.
Was he too violent?
I don't think so.
Was he kid-friendly?
You betcha.
Was he controversial?
Maybe.
Does he look like a boss?
That's not even a question.
Good answers. So, after that...
And
Chaos Blast would look so great.
Oh, as the final smash.
Yes. Aeneas, what's your number 2?
Well, my number 2 was, for the longest time, I wanted it to be Shadow as well, actually, but I had to change I want another Sega representative because Capcom's got one, and I love Sega even though they're kind of...
Fire Emblem has like 8.
Fire Emblem's got 36 or whatever, but Sega is something that's really dear to our hearts. And even though they're not doing too good right now, that's why I want an older Sega character to be put as another representation.
And his beats were funky.
I want Beat from Jet Set Radio, if you can't tell from what he just said. That game is fantastic. The Jet Set Radio
and it's so
Jet Set Radio Future is so good. And I think the stage that they would get for him would be great. And I really want him just because I think his moveset would be pretty good, and I want that game represented.
Now, for Charizard, myself, and Aeneas, our number 1s are the same, and it is Shovel Knight. But I think our reasonings are a tad different. I think Shovel Knight, I do not really like the character too much. He's not bad, he's not great. But he should have won that ballot. He did win the ballot. Nintendo, you lie to us. Why do you lie to your fan base? Well, he should have won, he did win, and he was so easily able to be put in is that he didn't have a game coming out for them to merchandise off of. That's the reason why. All this was an advertisement, and I was not happy.
Nintendo didn't technically lie. They said the most plausible, which basically means the most easy and convenient for them.
They lied.
Yeah. Well, somewhat. I want Shovel Knight because he's just my favorite game from the last few years. I love the character. He's one of my favorite video games. He's just perfect, and I think he'd be a mix between Link and Mega Man.
With that being said, I think it was a good discussion. Please put yours inside the comments, and we'll see you guys next time. It's our Chardanius Show, signing off.